Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. When we left off last time, we were just loading up our weapon. We were cleaning our revolver, and we did a lot of inventory management in the garage. I'm sure it was pretty boring. Thanks for sticking with me. But we've got a revolver. We've got it cleaned up past 50%, and we're just going to go out and just explore a little bit more and see what's around us. And I think I'm going to go and check some of these cabins that are just on the opposite side of the road here. And like I said before, you've got to really be careful about wolves. Yeah, like I said, there you go. Let's see if we can find where this is coming from. Alright, there's one right there. Now, one warning is that if you do aim down your sights, they will charge you. So be ready for that. Let's see if we can't. Alright, that's... yeah, I'm a little rusty with the revolver. Okay, I don't see any blood. We scared him. Didn't hurt him. Typically, if you make contact with it, you'll see drops of blood, and then you can trail the wolf. But it never fails. It always seems like the first shots that I take at animals, I'm a little off, and I get better as the game, I get better as each playthrough goes on. I don't know if anybody else is that way. Okay, and here's another one. I don't know if this is the same one. All right, here we go again. Alright, we made contact that time for sure. So we can fight him off. Ooh. Alright, he did a number on us. Ooh, but I'm pretty sure we made contact. That's probably some of my blood and some of his. Okay, dang. We got another one here. Somewhere. Alright, yeah, we can see his drops of blood in the trail. You can see it. But I don't think it's a good idea for us to follow him right now. Temperature's dropping. My health is compromised. We'll go in here and patch ourselves up and see if we can continue the trail. Because it just would not be a good idea for me to follow him. Alright, so take a look. Wow, lots of blood loss, sprained ankle, wrist, infection. Let's see, okay. Alright, so we'll use some bandages to stop the bleeding. And the antiseptic is always good for infection. You got to be sure to treat the right injury with the right remedy, because you could put a bandage on an infection and that's not going to do anything. Okay, for the pain, obviously we're going to take painkillers. And each injury tells you which one to use, so it's not that complicated. It's just something you need to pay attention to. Bandage on that. And let's just see here. Alright, we could use some more bandages. And a great way, bandages are pretty easy to make. You just need to find some cloth. And since we put all of our cloth in our locker back at the garage, we'll have to find something around here. In most cases, like in the bathroom, you can use a towel or you can use curtains for something like that. So we could use those curtains, and here's a towel. Yeah, we'll use the towel. Yeah, 6 minutes. No time. And take a quick peek in here. Worn work pants. Take a look in here by the fireplace. There's some matches, some logs of wood. Alright, so we'll turn our lamp off, our lantern off, and then let's take a look at our injuries again. Okay, we'll go ahead and craft those bandages. And sprained wrist. Go ahead and apply those. All right, and just like that, we are good. We are back to well fed. Our health bar is still a little bit low, but because we're well fed, we've got that little blue plus above our heart. So that means we're moving in the right direction. That means our health is being restored. That's always a good thing to watch, because even if you're well fed, you're at the right temperature, you're not tired, everything can look right, but if your health bar is low, then any kind of attack can end up killing you. So, all right, so if we check out the trail ends here. Okay. Yep. His tracks are gone. His blood's gone. That looks like it might be my blood leading back to the cabin. So yeah, no tracks, no drops of blood. So even though we made contact, you know, we're just not gonna be able to find him. Probably may run across him later randomly, but that's okay. That's okay. Now here's another one somewhere. It might be the same one. I don't know. Where are you? Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, I missed him. Ooh, give him the knife. Give him the knife. All right. So that time, I think I've just got a little bit of blood loss. And, okay, he's running across the ice, so we should be able to see him fairly well. Yeah, my health bar went down a little bit too because of that. All right. Let's see. Bandage on the arm. And antiseptic on the infection, and we're good. Okay, that's covered. All right, we can still see him a good ways off. You see that little speck? He's headed towards that island straight ahead, and looks like he's moving to the right. Ooh, he's mad. Yeah, he's bleeding. He's definitely bleeding. So we can either follow his trail, or we can just try to just watch where he goes. I still see him moving, so we may just kind of pick up the pace and see if we can just stay on him this way. Because the blood trail's nice, but it can be, I don't know, it can be kind of hard to follow. It's not always the clearest thing, so if you can see him, definitely go for that. Alright, looks like he's stopped. I don't know if he's stopped because he's done running or if he's dead. If he's dead, he's done running for sure, but it looks like he might be laying down. Just to be safe. Yeah, the temperature's dropping fast too. Okay, yeah, he's definitely down. That's good for us. Alright, so the stab with the knife, eventually he lost enough blood to pass out. Okay. And alright. So we can take the hide. 30 minutes to do that. Temperature gauge is dropping. Really cold outside. Alright, so now we are at a deficit with our body temperature. So we got to be careful about what we do and what we take time to do. If we're going to skin it, if we're going to gut it, whatever. But one thing you can do, I don't want to start a fire using my skill book. Is there any wood around here? Okay, one thing you can do when you do skin an animal is if you want to build a fire right next to you, that's one way to keep yourself warm. And you can also cut a little bit of meat at a time and then cook it while you cut more meat. It's a way to keep you warm. It's a way to keep skinning. It's a way to cook food. So that's just a little tip, but you gotta have firewood. So no firewood on me. Even if I did burn the book, it probably wouldn't last me very long. So I'm gonna run over to this fishing hut and see if they have any firewood. Typically they have wood burning stoves in here with maybe a log or two next to it. There's a deer. And I don't see any right off the bat.
I can always use more food.
Nothing there. Sardines. Okay, so nothing. There's a tinder plug, but that's not going to do us much good. Okay. So nothing else really within arm's reach. So let's just head back to the banks, and we'll probably find some sticks. We probably don't need to take time to cut any big limbs because, again,
I could eat a horse.
we don't want to freeze to death. So anything that we can just pick up right off the bat would be great. Our boy's hungry too. Pick that up. Pick up that stick. This branch, 5 minutes, I think we'll be okay there. Anything that's going to take you 30 minutes to an hour will probably drop your health like a bad habit. Like that branch, a little much, hour and 30 minutes. We'll be dead by then, no thanks. These loose sticks will work perfect. 5 minutes to break up, we can do that. Yeah, it'll be great. We'll build a fire. That'll warm us up. We'll cook a little meat at the same time. We'll get fed. We'll get warm. We'll be all right. Another thing, too, I think I've mentioned in previous videos is that if you ever have a corpse that is frozen, it takes much longer to skin it, get its meat, get its skin when it's frozen. Building a fire next to it drops the percent that it is frozen. Yeah, I think I said that maybe about an animal back at Desolation Point. Alright, so we'll move back over this way. Build us a fire. A little yawn there, getting tired. Probably all this running around. Alright, so let's build us a fire. Looks like there's birds that have already been over here. You see some feathers there. Okay. Perfect. Alright, we'll use some
Thank
accelerant.
goodness for that.
We'll use some accelerant on this one just because we don't have a lot of time to mess around per se. So we'll definitely get that going and drop all of our sticks in here. Alright, we'll go ahead and drop our meat down as well. I can hear the wind picking up for sure. Yikes. Oh gosh, my fire has dropped. I had it at an hour and a half, and I think it says 8 minutes now. Yeah, this thing's not going to go with the wind like that. Yeah. God, yeah, see, I just went from 22 minutes to 9 minutes. Man, that wind picked up as soon as we made that fire. Gosh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, our meat's not going to last. It's not going to cook with such short a time. And let's see, what would it take to quarter this thing? How long? It would take an hour. I don't think we have an hour. I think that we are toast in an hour. Fire's putting off pretty good heat, but it's just not going to last very long. Okay. Alright, let's see. Maybe we can get a little bit of meat off of this thing. Just get a couple pounds. Couple pounds of meat. The fire's warming us up okay. Alright, that might be what we do. Okay. Alright, we'll go ahead and we don't want to burn our skill book. Okay. Alright, we'll take our venison and maybe we can cook it back. We'll cook it back at the garage. Because yeah, this wind's picking up, and I don't think we'll last very long out here doing it. So let's get us something to drink, something to eat, just to kind of get us there. And it'd be great to have some kind of base out here, but you can't have bases everywhere. Fishing huts are great just because you have some coverage from the wind. You've got a wood burning stove. You can fish. And probably the best way to fish is to just kind of do it for the long haul. You don't have a bed. And so if you want rest, you're going to need to bring your bedroll with you. But be sure, if you're going to have a long fishing session, bring plenty of line, plenty of hooks, lots of firewood to not only cook the fish while you're out there, but it's just to stay warm. And so it's in the times that I've done some fishing, like, yeah, sure, fish can give you some food, but it basically might feed you for that day and maybe some of the next. But if you can put in a really long fishing session and save some of those fish and cook them, that really makes it worth it, having all the firewood there, having plenty of hooks and plenty of line and that sort of thing. And ultimately, before we move on from Coastal Highway, I'd like to hit up probably the 2 islands, the fishing huts, and there is a radio tower or a signal tower north of this little community that I want to check out. And from there, we'll either go to Mystery Lake or Pleasant Valley. So we'll go ahead and just go to the garage. We'll explore that later, just because let's go ahead and start cooking. And with the weather like it is, I don't think we have to worry as much about wolves being out, just because they tend to be out when the weather's a little more calm, which is great for us, but it's not really safe for us to be out either. I don't know if you noticed, but I walked past a sign just a second ago, and it spiked my temperature back up. It goes to show you that it was all the wind, like that the wind can really have a devastating effect on you. So as long as you have cover from the wind, you can very quickly recover your body temperature if you're wearing good clothing. Alright, so now we don't exactly have any firewood. We can do sort of a quick search. I don't know if there would be any in these file cabinets, but we don't have any firewood inside, and it would probably be best for us not to go out and break up. There's lots of pallets and there's lots of things that you can break apart outside, but again, that's going to take some time, and that'll drop our health pretty quickly. So what we can do in this instance is take some of these crates, break these crates down. That will give us some wood, so we don't have to go outside. But again, these crates won't be here next time, so we need to probably make a good collection of firewood and bring it back in here just to store for whenever we need to have a big cooking session or boil a bunch of water. And I think we'll go ahead and break this other one down too, just so we make sure we have plenty of time to cook. And 6 minutes, 45 minutes rather, 6 pieces, yeah. We'll do that. You can really hear the weather picking up outside now. Alright, we'll use some accelerant just to get the ball rolling here.
In my life. That should help warm things up.
Alright, so we'll get our venison going. And while that's cooking, we can explore just some of the parts that we haven't explored yet. Kind of give us something to do while we wait.
That'll come in handy.
Check out these drawers over here. Spray paint. Again, don't really use it.
Excellent.
check out these file cabinets too. That might be the only thing that we find, just with our track record. Not exactly finding a lot in file cabinets these days, but still good to search them. Okay, we got a hat out of it. Already operating in the bonus. Might be it. Ooh.
Better take this food.
We'll go ahead and speed up this a little bit. And when you do pass time with cooking, be sure to choose the one that has the least amount of time cooking, because you could easily burn the other one by accident. Just something to think about. Alright, we'll put our wolf meat down. Plenty of time in our barrel. Pass the time with this one till it's cooked. Go ahead and eat it. That'll put us a little more than halfway full. Put down our other wolf meat. And while that's cooking, we can go ahead and check out our hides. Okay, our deer hides 21%. Those are 26 and 18%. And we can go ahead and put down the wolf pelt that we had just a little bit ago. Let that begin the curing process. Starting to get a little harder to see everything. We've kind of searched everything out. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and speed up this process. That one's got a lot less time. There might have been a smaller piece, and we're getting pretty tired. So I think we'll go ahead and just pass the time with cooking this meat. Let that pass. And go ahead and eat it. One thing you got to be concerned about, though, with eating wolf meat is that you do have the risk of intestinal parasites if you eat too much carnivore meat. There's a bar that will fill on basically kind of your health status, where you go and look at your health. And too much of that meat can give you parasites, and that is a long process. You have to take antibiotics, hydrate, rest. If you can avoid it, avoid it. But you can reach a level of cooking that allows you to basically negate that buff to where you cook that out of it. So if you can read your skill books, definitely do that so that you can bypass that part of it. And before we go to bed, we're going to go ahead and open up this can, not just to eat the peaches, but so that we can have another can to cook or boil water, I should say. So we'll boil us some water and pull some of that out of the fire before we shut it down for the night, because we're pretty exhausted and we need some sleep. Throw a little bit more fuel in our fire. We'll be good to go. Alright, we'll take that water, and we're left with empty cans. And before we go to bed, we might, let's just see if we can at least get maybe an hour of reading in our skill book, in our cooking book per se. Guess if we can get to an hour, maybe we can do 2. We might be too tired though. Yep, we're too tired. Alright, so we will call it quits there. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to see more Long Dark content and gameplay, this is Kairos. We'll see you next time.